All right, I had to go and I had to delete the last upload, first upload, because there was something I forgot to add in the video as I was actually putting it in. All right, first things first, my name is Kenneth Bird. I'm the creator of Supreme Ambient Light Rejection Screen Paint using Ambient Light Rejection Technology Gain. I am doing another demonstration on our Extreme Black Screen Paint. We gave the number of its code for its gain capability. Um, you have to figure it out from there. There's a lot of things we're going to put in there you're going to have to figure out. All right, so we're going to have some fun here today on this demonstration. I'm going to be using my Chrissy 1080p projector at 4300 lumens, 1920 by 1200 WXGA projector. For those of you who want to make comments of why this projector we're using so powerful, please go in and check the later demonstrations we've already done. They'll be marked under test 1, test 2, test 3, and so forth. We've done this on ultra short throw. We've done this on 800, 900, 1,000 lumen projectors. We've done this at 20 feet back. We've done this on all the different forms of demonstrations. So now we're going to have a little fun today with the screen. All right. Now, tomorrow, if we get good weather in, I will be able to do a demonstration. Start doing demonstrations outside. First things first, let me show you my measuring tape. So here's my measuring tape from the screen. I thought I'd pull it back a little farther than most people usually have their projectors set up in their homes. Most people, if they're doing 100-inch, and this screen is about a 116.9 official screen. It's actually used to be an elite screen. Well, it is still elite screen, so it's coded with our technology. But usually for a 100-inch screen, you have to be somewhere around 11 to 12 feet back. We have the projector pushed back to around 16 feet and some change. It's not required for us to be at the official size that you would have, or length that you would have a projector set up at. Screens don't require it. All right, so I got a few demonstrations. I was to run through my PS on a minute and bump my door a little bit there. All right, I got a package. We don't need to have it that close to the screen. It's not necessary. All right, so let me come over here real quick and grab my remote control. We're going to start off from here. Got a couple of videos already set up. I saw some really cool ones last night. We're going to be showing off the screen's contrast capabilities. And we're also going to be showing off the screen's contrast capabilities against other high performance screens, showing you that between the 12 and the Extreme Black, they are the only two screens that have the blackest levels, especially the Extreme Black. It's actually blacker than the 12. But you'll see where picture quality is not going to suffer. Let me go in here real quick. Let me use my volume here because I think I have my volume turned down on this projector because I have it running through my sound bar. So let me come over here and run it with my sound here. Audio. Here goes my audio on or off. I gotta come over here and pop over here for a minute. Camera's in the way. I can't see if my audio's on. It's off. All right. Better. Now we got some sound. I saw, what's that company called? Elite Screens, Dark Star 9 doing this demonstration. Of course, they were using 4K. We're not using 4K. We're just using 1080p. I'll bring you up a little closer to the screen. Right there. When they did their demonstration, they did it on a 4K short throw projector. Probably around 5,000 lumens or more. Now, the projector music behind me is my Christie projector. I got mine for around $230. Even if you were to buy the highest point I've seen that projector is $1,000. That's so cheaper than 4K. And as you can see, as I'm standing back, I'm going to show you how far my projector sits back from the screen. 16 feet and some change. We'll be doing our outside demonstration soon. Name of the projector is a Christie, but it's not the projector doing the work. It's the screen. I love when people make that comment. Hold on for a minute. I'll show you something real quick. I'll stop it right there. I'm going to show you my projector. Right here, because I love it when people seriously think it's the projector that does all the work. That's my Christie projector right here. I'm going to show you something. So we're going to take this over, and I think we got this to left or right. We're going to just scoot some of this over onto the white wall right there. I'll show you what you'll get from a Christie projector without our technology. It's our technology that makes the screen. It's not the projector. See how faded that image looks right there on the side? That's without our technology. So it's not the projector. The screen does all the work. You can get a good look at that up close. So you can see how much you're losing. That's a projector that's 4,300 lumens, 1920 by 1200 WXGA. It's nothing. Without our technology, it's nothing. No, it's not. It's not. It's a good question to ask. It's a very good question to ask. It's not a thing. I love when people say that, because a lot of people, when they see these demonstrations, they really do believe that it's the projector that's doing the work. Like, no. It is not the projector, trust me. Screen does all the work. Projector, these projectors, keep in mind, most of the projectors that you have incredible capabilities, and I've done these on projectors older than this. They have incredible capabilities, but the problem is that you can't really see it. You really can't see it. Let's see. It really doesn't make a difference if you have much lighting in the environment. You should be able to use a projection screen in a fully lit environment. That's what ambient light projection technology is. It gives you the ability to be able to produce images in a fully lit environment. If you're spending about $4 or $5 grand for a projector, for a projector, and you're paying a couple of $1,000s for a screen, you should be able to use that in a fully lit environment. There shouldn't be a problem behind that at all. I'll give you a little example real quick. All right, give you an example, right, real quick. This right here is a sample sheet from Daylight Screens. This is actually one of their high-end screens. See how dark this screen is right here, right? Now, both screens are going to be hit with the same amount of lumens and the same amount of ambient light in the environment, correct? So that screen can't even pick up contrast. That's because these particular screens are used to be using in something called ambient light controlled environments, which means they don't have really ambient light hitting the screen. All ambient light is actually pushed away from the screen. The environment is set up. That's why it's called controlled and control. They control the lighting in the environment to make the environment look like it's taking the screen taking a lot of light, but it's not taking a lot of light. All that light is pushed away from the screen. It's set in certain areas to make the area look like it's well illuminated, but it's not. On top of that, these particular screens, as and so forth, these particular companies, if you watch their demonstrations, they test their technology against a white surface. Like I said, anything can beat a white surface, so there's really no point you should be testing your technology against a white surface. We even our gray screens we have downstairs, we test those against these, and we test them against the DMP Supernova and the Elite Dark Star 9. We test our gray screens against high performance other gray screens. You shouldn't be testing your technology against a white screen. Like I said, you can go to Home Depot and get everyday primer. You could beat a white screen, so why in the world would you test it against that? But keep in mind, they've never been tested against black technology. That's a whole different ball game right there. So our screens can produce not only color, white levels, but it also can produce contrast, which these screens can't do. Oh wait, I forgot to show you the most important part. They also suffer from something called the narrow viewing cone. You know what a narrow viewing cone is? Okay, so narrow viewing cone is basically some screens you have to view them head on. If not, they turn dark. Now watch as I start to turn. As I push back over, gets brighter. Come back over, gets a little darker. It's called a narrow viewing cone. That's the problem you run into with these high-end screens. And keep in mind, this screen right here, for a 100-inch, would cost you $5,000. This technology we have here, which is the 12, and the 12 is a dark black screen, as you can see, but the extreme black is actually blacker than the 12. And then this one right here, it would cost you, let's see, this is a 235.1 at 138 inches. It would cost you $187 to actually paint that screen, where a 100-inch of that screen would cost you $5,000. So bigger question is, how much would it cost you for the screen behind me that costs $5,000 for a 100-inch? How much would that cost you at 138 inch at 235.1? Kind of scary to think about that one, isn't it? Guarantee it's a car payment. Probably way more than the car payment. You probably have bought the car. All right, so let's start from here. Oh, we did this already. We did all this already. I got something else I'm going to look up on here real quick. And then with it being a black screen, people always say, well, black screens can't produce white levels. Oh, this technology can. It can produce white levels for a jet black screen. right, so I was going to look up something. I found something yesterday I wanted to check out on here. And I wrote it down on a piece of paper. I don't remember what this piece of paper at. Let's see. First, I want to check out. Oh, I was checking out this true black contrast levels. This is what I was looking at yesterday. Looking for anything with high-end contrast. Because I didn't get a chance to show up the screens. Well, the screen's black anyway, but I was hoping to show up those really deep contrast levels these screens have. That's what paint has. I guess I got the same screen because it's actually a paint. All right, let's go over and look at the real quick. What I'm looking for real quick. I'm looking for, let me see, the channel I found some really cool content on. Let me see. Let's go with blah, 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 blah. Sorry about that. I'm using that control. I'm so used to using either speaking it or basically what do you mean? Because I just ordered a great 120-inch screen, but what I'm looking at here, I made a mistake. Well, like I said, you mean you ordered a gray projection screen? Because if you ordered a gray projection screen, you're not pulling contrast on that thing. Nope, not gonna happen. I know people, we've done, like I said, we've done the demonstrations already. I've had 20,000 to 1 and 15,000 to 1 projectors with contrast, and that's not going to pick up on a gray screen. It won't come up. You're not going to be able to see that. Nope. I'm sorry, buddy. You're not going to be able to see that. I'll show you, but you're not going to be able to see that. All right, put it this way. Okay, look, real quick before we go down that road right here. Let's bring up Sony's. Sony has a really dark contrast demonstrations. And that's what people want. People want to be to pull up. You're going to pull your bright levels up. That's going to happen. It's just the only problem is when it comes to color, you're not exactly going to be seeing exactly the color which you think you're supposed to be seeing. And it doesn't really make it. The projector I have behind me is a Christie. It's the top tier projector. So when you get around to like top tier projectors like those right there, you get around to like Christie, Ronco, and Barcode. Those are the three top tier projectors, unless there's some other ones I don't know about. But I know those for a fact. Right, so my Christie right now, I got to use for $230. If I got a brand new, we're talking about $6,000. It costs $100 just to replace the filter on that thing, and the lens is worth $3 grand. That's a top tier projector. They're expensive. So if I can't get one of these to produce on any one of these high performance sample sheets that I have in that kitchen drawer, yeah, you're not going to be able to produce that. And keep in mind, since it's a black screen, I don't have to have a 15,000 or 20,000 to 1 contrast. I can come out here with a 200 to 1 contrast and still produce a contrast level if somebody had a 20,000 to 1 because the screen's jet black. So, you know, you have to consider that too also. So we'll show you the contrast levels if we get any political. So here, right here, screen right now is producing 100% contrast, correct? And you can see black levels, right? And you see how dark this screen is? This screen is really dark. Now keep in mind, the darker the screen, the more expensive they are. White screens, this used to be a white elite screen. Keep in mind, this was a white elite screen. I paid about $187 for. That's what I paid for the screen right there. All right, hold on, I'm gonna grab some more. We're going to grab Dark Star 9 and let's see. Well, that's the cinema gray. You don't want that one. That's the 3D. Where's the other one? I'm looking for sample sheets real quick. That's not it. All right, here we go. All right, so that's peachy. We're going to grab these are the popular screens most people get right here. This is a Dark Star 9, so this right here is the $3,000 projection screen. This is one of Elite's top screens. Most people have these screens right here, which are the Gray Cinema 5Ds. These are most people have. And I've seen the demonstrations on these, and yeah, well, you just be the judge of it for yourself. So, usually, as I told you before, that when they test out these screens, and I'm going to buy me an all-white screen. When they test out these screens, they use an all white screen. So keep in mind, any one of these screens, say the black screen's not even there, right? Say the black screen's not even there, all right? We have a black screen that we have here. I'm pretty sure you can see that, right? So anyway, say the black screen's not even here, and just say it's a white screen. So any one of these sample sheets up here will be able to be a white screen. It's just basic common sense, especially when it comes to contrast. The dark Sir 9 is going to produce a much darker level than the Gray Cinema 5D. Gray Cinema 5D for 100-inch is going to cost you around $1,400 for 100-inch. Where the dark Star 9 being a much darker screen, it's going to cost you even more. It's going to cost you $3,000, right? So any one of these screens up here will literally beat a white screen with no problem whatsoever. So that's the problem. They're used to testing their technology on a white screen. And as I said before, anything is going to beat a white screen. Or then again, if you got it against these template sheets against a black screen, now you have a whole different story, because now you got a screen that can produce a higher contrast level than your screen and then produce white levels just as high as your screen also too, which kind of, I'm not going to say it because you're probably getting sued, but you'll see it for yourself. And there you go. Now they can pick up a higher white level because the screen is lighter than my screen. But like I said, they're not going to have the ability to be able to pick up contrast. And contrast is one of the most demanding things that people want when it comes to home theater. They want it. That's why they spend the money for projectors that have that 20,000 and 15,000 and 40,000 to 1 contrast. That's why you spend the money for those projectors, because you want that deep contrast level. What you're picking up are shades of gray. That's what you're picking up. You're not picking up black levels. Only black screens can produce a 100% contrast level, as such as only a white screen can produce a 100% white level. All right, so we'll come out of this for a minute. We'll just bring up a regular. Now anything that comes up black or red or any other color, the screen's automatically going to fade. As you're seeing, these screens are fading because they can't read proper color either. That's why you have to go through calibrating your projector and all that crazy nonsense, because the screen can't read proper color. Well, the gray screens can't. Anything that flashes black on that screen's automatically going to turn gray. It's not supposed to be gray, it's supposed to be black. Look at the black screen has the ability to read white levels. Because it has the ability to read white levels, it can maintain bright and beautiful colors just as good or nearly as close to a gray screen, and still maintain contrast at the same time. Now keep in mind, if you've never seen someone calibrate a projector, take the time to go on YouTube and watch someone do it. It's not something that a lot of people want to do. They want to take a projector out of the box. The average Joe wants to take a projector out of the box and set it up with the screen and be done with it. They don't want to go through the nonsense of calibrating a projector. With this technology, you don't have to. All right, let's come at this real quick. Let's pull up, let me see. Oh, it's going to be a little too easy. Let's bring up colors. All right, so we'll bring up solid colors. Now, first thing I'm going to show you white, because I always like to show white levels first. I don't shy away from the white levels. So So we'll show you whites. Now keep in mind the color of these screens compared to my technology. But I already showed a display of the one in the kitchen cooking. As you can see, the white levels don't suffer at all. It's just that these screens will have the ability to produce a higher white level than my technology. But like I said, just because you have, oh great, that's fantastic. Going into something here. Let's see, I'm going to bring it up again. White levels, we need white screensaver, there we go. All right, so let's bring our white screensaver up. So there's our white levels on our jet black screen next to these three screens right here. Now, because you're seeing a higher white level, doesn't mean it's a good thing. I tell people, it's a bad thing that you're seeing a white level that high because the screen can't maintain contrast. It's not an even balance there. And now I'll show you why. So this is what your projector is going to see when it actually starts flashing color on the screen. We'll clear this out. And we'll bring up, let's see, red first. Red. There you go. Can't read red. Can't read any colors at all whatsoever. So red's definitely not going to come up. Now remember I told you about the narrow viewing cone on some of the screens? All right, I'll show you that right now. See how that screen went dark right there? That's called a narrow viewing cone. Because that means, bottom line is, this screen will not be good with an ultra short throw or short throw projector because it will automatically turn black. You see how red my screen is right next to theirs? Now watch. That's what they call a narrow viewing cone. So my black screen is producing a much higher color than a screen that's producing a higher white level. The reason why I show you the white levels first is because when people see the white levels, the first thing come out of their mind is, oh yeah, well he's showing up, this screen's just showing amazing white levels. That means they're going to produce brighter colors. No, that's not exactly what's going to happen. What's going to happen is the screen is producing too high of a white level, and that means when it's get hit with reds or blue or greens, it's going to fade and the colors are going to come out bland and washed out. And therefore, that's why you're going to be in there calibrating that projector or sitting in the dark. But let's see what happens if we turn the lights out and we get a difference. Nope, still the same. Our screen's not producing a much higher red level. So how is it possible that a black screen is producing much higher color than these screens? That's because the screen can actually read color, and now it can read color. It has amazing contrast levels that allow the screen to pop, like the OLED technology, but sever in a screen paint form. There you go. So we don't have to keep changing in the colors. We're just going to do a color flash. You want to flash all the colors. So you can see the screen, how it's going to react when all the, whoops. Try to keep this area neutral as much as possible. For those of you who know this already, I do my videos. I just try to keep this area neutral. I know it's going to pop up. Usually when we do the long hour videos, this will pop up. All right, it's going to keep running. All right, we're back. All right, there we go. So you can see all the colors. So this is what your projector is actually reading. When the color comes out, straight blues, greens, reds, orange, when that comes out of the projector, this is what the screen is actually reading. This is what you're getting from your projector. This is why if your color looks washed out, if it looks bland, if it looks faded, if the contrast looks faded, that's because your screen can't pick it up. Your projector has the capability. There's nothing wrong with your projector. I've seen people swap out projectors for 4K and more lumens and more contrast. There's nothing wrong with the projector. It's the screen's problem. The screen is not reading the colors correctly. And if you think you go in and calibrate your projector, it's going to fix it. It's not going to fix it. It's going to fix it by a little bit, but not by much. It's the screen that does all the work. Color should maintain the same color when the lights come on. Calibrating doesn't fix it. If calibrated fixed it, then that means bottom line, what you're saying is that you could basically get the same contrast as a black screen if you calibrate your projector. And if that's not even true, because if that's the case, anybody with a white screen would be able to calibrate their projector to look like a gray screen. There'd be no point in going out and spending the money for a $3,000 screen or spending the money for Black Diamond or any one of those companies if there wasn't a difference. You can calibrate your projector all you want. That's not going to do any good. That's a $6,000 projector standing behind me right now. I got another one upstairs. I got a bunch of Christie's and Sonys throughout the house. These are $6,000 and $7,000 projectors. This projector by itself shouldn't have to be calibrated for what it costs. So if you have to go in and calibrate your projector in order to get the screen to look right and you spend a couple $1,000s for it, something's wrong there. Something's seriously wrong there. I'm pretty sure your projector doesn't come cheap. So if you went and bought a 4K projector, what are you talking about? $2,000, $3,000? Then you go out and you buy yourself one of these screens, about $1,400, $1,500, maybe $2,000, maybe $3,000. And then you're going to spend the time to calibrate it? Are you kidding me? After spending all that money? Oh yeah, whatever. Man, I can do demonstrations. I've done demonstrations where I bought projectors from eBay, took them out of the box, old projectors, and hit them up on my screen and didn't have to calibrate any of them. I never calibrated a projector a day in my life. Now, for you, calibrating a projector may be something that you know how to do, but not every Joe on the face of the planet will know how to calibrate a projector and does not want to calibrate a projector. Customers that I deal with want something fast and something that's going to work. They want to paint the screen, set the projector up, and be done with it. Pop some popcorn, get the family around, and enjoy the screen. They don't want to be sitting there for hours trying to calibrate all the colors on their projector to get it to match the screen. I ain't got time for that nonsense. You know, that's people who basically, I don't know. I tell you the truth, I don't even got time for it. I really don't. Be calibrating a projector for what? And keep in mind, if you're going to tell me that you're going to be able to calibrate it to get the black levels of a black screen, no, that's like me saying I can calibrate a black screen to produce levels like a white screen. It's not going to happen. If you can do that, you can go in your backyard and squeeze water out of a stone. Not going to happen. That's why I have people who call me up who own these screens asking to paint over them. Look. The screen, look, let me show you something right here. The screen you're seeing right there, that's the Elite Dark Star 9 right there. It's a $3,000 projection screen. All right? So you got a $3,000 projection screen, right? That's not picking up color. Do you know what my screen is right here? You know what my screen is? My screen is an Elite screen. This is an Elite screen coated with black technology. So you have this right here. Reality, we don't have a price for this technology what it's going to be yet, but it's going to be under somewhere the 300 mark. So under the 300 mark, from a gallon all the way to a quart, and a quart will paint a screen size of 100 inch to 120 inches, right? Under the 300 mark to a gallon will paint a screen size of 200 inches, about 225. The technology is ultra short though compatible, which means you don't have to worry about, and I've done the ultra short demonstration, so you don't have to worry about going in and go, so you're saying the paint is auto calibrated. So you don't have to auto calibrate. It's a black screen. You don't have to calibrate it. You're looking at it right here. Let me tell you something. You're looking at it right here. This is why we're doing a demonstration live. It's to show the technology's capability to be able to outproduce other projection screens. You're looking at it right here. You want to explain me the science on how it works? It's contrast, my friend. You understand how contrast works? Contrast allows colors to pop. It adds more detail to it. That's how contrast works. The darker the screen, the more expensive the screen. The darker the screen, the more the screen can actually produce better contrast, produce better color. Oh, I think so. No, you don't think so, buddy. But you got to go. Going to ask me how it works. You don't understand how contrast works? And that's a problem right there. Everybody knows the darker the screen, the more expensive the screen. If you start off with Elite's white screen, which this is a white screen we got from Elite, right? You start off with the white screens, they're cheap. They're the bottom dollar. They're the screens that pretty much are the cheap screens. Then you move up to the, which one they have right next? The Cinema Gray. All right. So this is the Cinema Gray. If you look at the Cinema Gray is a light screen. Somebody who calibrates a projector does not understand the meaning behind contrast. They don't. All right, so you look at these two right here. Now, the Cinema Gray is a little more cheaper. Cinema Gray is probably around like $800, $900 a screen for a 100-inch because it's a very light screen. Now, you switch over to the Gray Cinema 5D, which is actually slightly darker. And because it's slightly darker, it's going to pick up better color and better contrast than the Cinema Gray. Because the Cinema Gray, the lighter the screen, the less contrast it's be able to pick up, the less the colors are going to pop, the more they're going to wash out. That's why white screens, when you have white screens displaying an image, they automatically wash out from the door because they have no contrast whatsoever and their white levels are too high. You hit that with a higher projector, and I've seen people do this. They'll buy a high-end projector to have a white screen in a church. They're with a high-end projector. You're running 4,300 lumens into a white screen. You're going to whitewash the screen. It's the equivalent of walking out in the middle of a snowstorm with no sunglasses on. They call it getting snow blind. But the minute you put those sunglasses on, you see everything crystal clear. So here we go. If you have to order, you got to back out of this video because I didn't put any information on where to order the technology from. Okay, so this is a Cinema Gray 5D. So Cinema Gray 5D is slightly darker. It's going to cost you $1,300, $1,400. It's not going to cost you $800. And then you get to the Dark Star 9, which is the darkest screen that Elite makes. You see how dark that screen is? Because they know this screen right here is going to have a much higher chance and actually reflecting more ambient light. It's going to have a better chance of producing better color. It's going to have a better chance of producing better contrast. This is a screen that's going to cost you more. It's a deeper, darker screen, and it will tell you that. And this screen right here would cost you $3,000 just for a 100-inch. And here we are with another Crow Boy. Goodbye. I told you, Crow Boys, I'm not going to entertain you. I'm not going to come here and entertain you at all. I'm just going to block you from the door. All right, so this one would cost you more. This is going to cost you $3,000. But keep in mind, when they test out the screens, and I watched their demonstrations, I saw the demonstration on the Dark Star 9. On the Dark Star 9, they took a white sample sheet of paper and they put it in front of the screen and they moved it around. I'm thinking, oh, you got to be kidding me. Why are you testing that screen on a white screen? Of course the white screen is going to beat it. But keep in mind, the white screen is going to produce a much higher white level. So keep in mind, to blow your mind here, the screen that you're seeing is an Elite screen. The coating on it is our technology, the Extreme Black. The screen in the middle is a $3,000 Dark Star 9. That this technology is going to be marketed under the 300 range. And that screen costs $3 grand, which means we can convert one of their screens to actually beat one of their top screens. Think about that one right there. This is a technology we developed that can actually be painted on their own screen and use their own screen to blow out their top screen. Oh, yeah. Sorry, buddy. Sorry if you're upset because the product is fantastic. When we get comments in there, keep in mind, my channel was set for 18 and up, which means these are adults coming here acting like adolescents. So they can't add anything educational or anything intelligent to the conversation, but just bring in comments and these nasty comments, which I don't care because this is a live demonstration and you're watching my technology that's painted on a screen paint that would cost more than the frame itself and the screen in the middle at a court at 100 inches to 120. Oh, and I forgot to tell you, we're doing this in a fully lit environment, as you can see, and my projector is sitting back. How far is the projector sitting back? Let me see. For a 100-inch screen, a projector would have to sit back somewhere between 11 to 12 feet. We are sitting back at around, let's see, not 15, about 16 feet back from the screen. So we're 16 feet away from the screen. All right, let me go pull up this media video that I wanted to go watch real quick on here. I wanted to show that off. Let's come out of this real quick. Now, interesting, if Elite Screen's watching this, and I'm pretty sure they are, there's a good chance my technology might get paid off, or actually somebody may buy it out before it even makes it to you guys. Because to tell you the truth, think about it. You know how much the material costs? This material is very, very expensive to be able to actually stretch this out over to a 100-inch screen. It costs a lot of money to make this material. Consider the fact that I can actually take their old white projection screens and use their old white projection screens covered with my technology to beat their $3,000 screen. Oh, wait. Let me show you something real quick. Now, remember when somebody sat there and said, I'm going to show you something real quick. When somebody sits there and go, oh, ha, no company will come near you. Let me show you something you people don't know about. So, back in 2015, we developed a technology called Digital One Crystal Onyx. Oh yeah, you see all my projectors in here? Yeah, so I test all my stuff on. Oh, this is my work screen right here, 79-inch portrait mode. I don't have TVs in my house. Everything I have in my home are projection screens. My gaming room, all projection screens. We don't have TVs in here. But let me show you something real quick. So, it's a long story that went on. So, usually the Crow Boys don't know anything about this because they don't educate themselves on my technology. So, we had a company under Digital One Crystal Screen Paint. So, under Digital One Crystal Screen Paint, there was a company that came in around, let me see when they came in. They came in asking to give us a 10-year global contract. It's the first screen paint I ever developed, landed a 10-year global contract. But the problem with the contract was once we signed it, and like I said, it's my first time being in business with screen paint, I really should have had a lawyer and I should have read through it a little better. Because in the end, this company was trying to slowly take our company from us. They changed the company. This is in Europea, or European or whatever was over there, in Hungary or whatever, I do apologize. But they let the website, not the website, but the Facebook fan page is still there. Now, in this company, they changed everything over. I'm just turning to the side, so I'm looking up formulas and stuff like that. They changed the company to Digital One Crystal. Our company was Digital One Crystal. And they said the reason why they had to do that because they had added kind of an overseas kind of spice to it and this, that, and the other. But what I didn't realize that this company was stealing not only information, but they were basically, reverse engineering our technology and relabeling our stuff to make it their own. So, in order to get out of the 10-year contract that we got hit with, because there was no way out of it because I signed my name to it, I had to go in and I had to drop my company, which means I had to go in and I had to restructure and rebuild all my screen paints all over again. And then hire beta testers to come in and put the original stuff, the new stuff, against the old stuff, making the technology they took from us obsolete. Okay, so let me show you something here. And you can still look up the company when you find them. They're still there. They have never contacted me after that. There you go. That was my old company, under Digital One Crystal Screen Paint. This is the company that tried to steal our information. No, it's real. It's definitely real. I don't expect you to understand, but it's definitely real. You can look at the page for yourself. I'll put the link. You can look it up for yourself. So this is the page right here. See this guy right here? That guy right there used to do our whatchamacallit. He used to do our beta testing for us right there. Can't call them. They're not in business anymore. They went obsolete. These are real videos on YouTube right here of the guy mentioning my name. These are the old beta testers that used to work for my company. Digital 4K Crystal. That's our old company right there. That's our technology. We had black technology way back in 2014. We were developing this stuff. The old videos are still there. Are the beta testers testing our technology? Oh, we didn't went back that far, did you? Yeah, we did. On a 700 lumen projector. Crow boys. My company Ben had contracts way before. Oh, no, wait. I'm glad you said that because I'm going to show you something. I'm happy you said that. I'm going to show you something right here. And I'm going to put the document at the bottom for you to read. Let's go over to my documents. Let's go to pictures. And let's bring up the file under Black Diamond. And you can look at the court papers, or if you want, you can call them and ask them about our business dealings if you want to. All right, Crow Boy, let me show you how it's done. All right, so back in that particular era, we had a company under the name of Digital and Crystal Screen Paint, which was actually being slowly taken away from us from another company, which we wanted. In order to get out of the contract, we had to develop a new company under Digital 4K Crystal Onyx, which that's where the black technology started coming in at. And the reason why we started developing under that, because at that particular time, my vice president gave me a sample sheet of Black Diamond's technology, and I was so interested in it because at that time, we only developed light gray screen paint. That's how I know how to make Crow stuff, because we already made it years ago. We know how to make that stuff already. So because of that, in order to get out of the contract, we had to drop the entire company and develop new products that had nothing to do with the original contract. And then basically have the beta testers come in and do demonstrations on that technology, obsoleting the old technology and making it worthless, which pulled us out of a contract. Now, they did try to take us to court and say, well, look, we got entitlements to that contract too, but no, because it was a different formula and the formula was structured different than the original one, we got out of it. All right, now at that time, like I said, my buddy, my vice president, brought me over a sample sheet of Black Diamond, which I got a chance to check that out. And this is the information that I kept on hand. Now, I'll tell you why I didn't go through with Black Diamond. There was some interesting stuff that went on. But like I said, I got the original email. I had the court documents, basically, from the attorneys that advised us to stay away from their technology. Not for us to stay away from them. For us, not for them to stay away from us. For us to stay away from them. There is a small punch sheet that I got from SL Screens right there. Right there. There's a sample sheet right there that I got from my vice president who sent that to me. Let me come in real quick. I'm not going to say anything here. I'm just going to flash the screen, but I'm not going to say jack at all. We'll come past that. This right here, and I'll leave the link at the bottom. This is actually posted onto my Crystal Edge fan page. I'll put the link there so you can read through it yourself. This was an email that we received from Screen Innovation that was interested in our technology. I'll leave all this information for you to read through. It's actually on our page where they basically contacted me early in the morning, woke me up out of my sleep. This is all their information. You can call the company if you want. The numbers are legit. If you want to, it's up to you. I'll leave all that information in there for you to read through, where SL Screens contacted my company about our technology. See, you got Jamie over there running his mouth about thinking he knows everything, and we had a big company like Screen Innovation. Keep in mind, I describe these big companies as giants, and that's what they are. They're giants. So just imagine, if you will, if this is my company right here, right? In that little corner over there. And these giants are walking about back and forth, you know what I mean? Screen Innovation, Seymour, AAV, DNP Supernova. They don't even recognize my company being down there. That's like the equivalence when you walk up and down the street, you don't realize you have life underneath of you have bugs and so forth, but you don't pay no mind to that because you're in your own freaking world. You only see what's in front of you or other giants like you compared to what's on the ground crawling around. So there's me right there, sitting right there, right? Doing these demonstrations against their technology. And then one day, one of these giants decide to go, what's that right there? I need to investigate this. And they contact my company. Now, at first, I thought it was my vice president playing jokes on me because at the time, he's the one that gave me the sample sheet and he knew I was doing testing with their technology. What I found fascinating about Black Diamond was the fact that at the time, the screen paint I was developing was a light gray screen paint, and their technology was amazing because the colors, everything was popping coming through the screen. I'm like, wow, I saw something different that I never saw before. And I'm thinking like, okay, I was kind of curious why they call it Black Diamond because it was gunmetal. But still, it was amazing, and it blew my screen clean out of the water. And I'm thinking, in order for me to be up on this level or be close to this level or to be recognized by these people, I'm going to have to start developing a technology either close to theirs or better than theirs. And that's when I started working on my technology. And eventually, one of those giants leaned down and saw me and sent me an email. And at first, I'm thinking it's my vice president June playing a joke on me. I hang the phone up on the guy and say, okay, funny joke, June, hang the phone. Because I would never think a company like this would ever contact me. For what? Why would they contact me? I'm just a Joe working in a small rented room in North Philadelphia, in the hood. Why would one of these big companies ever have any interest in me? But they contacted me, and the guy was like, I don't know who June is, but I'm such and such and so. So from there on in, we had some conversations back and forth. Now, why didn't it go anywhere? And I'll tell you why it didn't go anywhere. Because I asked for and requested an NDA. Crow Boys, do you know what an NDA is? It's called a non-disclosure agreement. Now, in a non-disclosure agreement, keep in mind, in a non-disclosure agreement, both parties that are assigned to that agreement can talk about his or her technology without somebody blurting out what they're talking about. Now, this protects me because, say, if they went out and they started talking about my technology up to somebody else, I could take them to court and I could sue them. Because within that non-disclosure agreement, there's penalties about if you run your mouth about something that is about somebody else's tech, you could be sued for it. And that's what I requested, because at the time, the digital 4K crystal onyx technology, that black technology we were working on, was only at 25% done, and I would feel more safer if you wanted me to come down to Dallas, Texas, to your facility, that you would give me a non-disclosure agreement, which would give me make me a little more comfortable. But they didn't want to do it. They didn't want to give me the non-disclosure agreement, and because they want to give me a non-disclosure agreement, an argument broke out, and this is what ended. It ended with them contacting an attorney and telling the attorney within the documents that I had to remove every single video that I did against Screen Innovation. Every last one. Every picture, everything had to be removed. Now, maybe it was a way to threaten me or whatever, but keep in mind, it'd be different if I went up there and I called them a scammer, which I didn't. If I went there and I said their product was garbage and you shouldn't buy it, didn't do that either. I did a side-by-side demonstration and say, hey, look, it speaks for itself. This is what we're doing against here. We had several screens. We had Black Diamond and several screens up there besides theirs. That's all we did. And because they felt that it was considered to be something that needed to be removed, they sent these documents to us, which I will provide the link so you can read the documents yourself. Now, there you go. You be the judge. I'm not going to say nothing. I'm going to keep my mouth shut. I told you I kept a few pictures for myself. All right, there we go. There we go. That was silver technology at the time we were developing that we put against Zyrtec. Not going to say nothing. I'm going to keep my mouth shut. And there we are. Signed by their attorney. So, Crow Boys, next time you want to open your mouth about this, that, and the other, and I will provide the link at the bottom so you can carefully read through the documents that we received back in 2015. You know why we haven't said anything about it until now, until 2015? Because we couldn't say anything about it. Because big companies like that don't like the fact that I can design technology for a much cheaper price, and on the other hand, they just don't like it. And what they'll do is either they'll get an attorney and try to shut me up, or they'll buy me out. So trust me, and that's not half of it. I have NDA signed agreements from Seymour AV. I've been contacted by a lot of big companies. So before you run around saying, oh, someone's a scammer, there's this, that, and the other, keep in mind, Black Diamond took the time, Screen Innovation took the time to talk to us. And like I said, it didn't work out, unfortunately. Wish it could have, but it didn't work out. Because like I said, if they gave us the NDA, maybe things would have been different, but they wouldn't give it to us. So, like I said, before you call somebody a scammer or somebody's this, that, and the other, keep in mind, I have companies that have basically tried to get contracts to us or basically tried to test out our technology. All. And I'll leave those links at the bottom so you can read them. They're actually posted onto my Facebook fan page. So much for, your whatever rumors you try to spread about me when I have big companies that send me contracts for my technology all the time. And you can read through the document. If you want, you can call the attorney too. How about that? You can call them up. I'm pretty sure they'll like to talk to you. Anything to say? Or nothing? Okay. That's why I sit there and laugh. When you sit there and call me those names, I laugh at y'all. Oh, no. Don't try to now come up and clean it up. No. I just showed you documents. Man, I'm going to tell you something, man. I find it funny when you Crow Boys and Crow come after me by saying my technology is that and the other. Well, not one company has even tried. Big company like these big companies have tried to even talk to him at all, period. I've been to test facilities where they have taken my technology and they have done tests to him that his screen paint would fail miserably in those environments, commercialized environments with tons of light that any other screen would wash out in, because they're trying to damage I know for a fact that they're thinking, oh, this guy's coming down here and he has no big company and he's made this product. Let's bring it down here and let's run it through the ringer. But they don't realize that my stuff is going to pass with flying colors, because when I see the projector that they pull out, like, yeah, we're going to hit it with this 5,000 lumen 4K projector, I start laughing. You know why? Because I have demonstrations of my technology producing images outside on a projector of 1,000 lumens 13 feet back at 6 o'clock in the evening. So anything they have down there, my screen's going to pass with flying colors because my tests are brutal. And at the end of the day, I get a handshake and a signed contract. That's why it pays not to cut corners. That's why I have black technology that looks this dark and can produce beautiful bright colors across the screen with no problem. Hard work, that's where it comes from. A lot of hard work and faith in God. Something y'all don't know about. So let me come over here. Oh wait, I forgot to show you this. Oh, we're on the PS4. Look how bright and beautiful the PS4 looks on a jet black screen. So while you have these gray screens that are struggling to pull a contrast level, black screen will pull one automatically. And not only that, much higher and brighter colors. Let me go put my whatchamacallit too. I'm going to do my media real quick. It doesn't bother me that it's not for me to get sidetracked, and I don't get sidetracked. I love to back it up. When people talk trash, I love to back it up. And I'll give you documents, I'll give you paperwork, I'll give you hardcore evidence of basically of either conflicts or conversations I've had with big companies down through time. Seymour AV, nice company, cool guy. He contacted us on Facebook. He was actually checking out some of our black technology on Facebook, and we were going to sign an NDA with his company, an NDA non-disclosure to work on some things. He's a real cool guy. He's a nice guy. I'll tell you one thing. I said that before on camera. He's actually one of the nicest people I've met in the field when it comes to projection, because a lot of people in projection in this theater world, they're jealous. They're like either jealous or they're petty. If you have something better than what they do, they get petty. They get petty real fast. But he's a pretty cool guy. Really down to earth, really cool guy. Family guy, real cool guy. See, the thing about it is when we're developing black technology, the first thing we got from Crow Boys and Mr. Crow was basically that, or Jamie, what we got was basically that, oh, the technology's so dark you can't even see it. Oh, he's using 4,000 and 5,000 lumen projectors. You know the projectors I got upstairs? I own like several old projectors. Like seriously, I got projectors so old they got to run through PC. Which keep in mind, before you open up your trap and embarrass yourself on live, I would suggest you go back and check the test demonstrations that we have been doing all week long on the technology, because we've done quite a lot of them. We're up to around 7? No, 6. Up to 6. Still have the outside demonstration to be done. Now, keep in mind it shows a difference on how I develop my technology compared to how other people develop their mixes. Our last final test for any one of these screens to get a label attached to them, they got to pass that 1,000 lumen test. Our gray screens are far more advanced, and they're mid-level screens than some of these $4,000 and $5,000 projection screens. And the reason why all the demonstrations are done live, because there's no way to fake a live demonstration. And keep in mind, they even tried to say that I was using editing in live. Live, right here, editing. So I must have magical powers, or I should be playing at the Sands Casino. One or the other. All right, so let's go here real quick. And let's put up whatchamacall. We're going to put up Sony. Now I'm going to put the LG snow demonstration. I like doing that one. LG. And I'll find the other media. I'm going to put it real quick. There's some other ones I'm going to do in here real quick. Let's see. I got it right here. LG snow. LG. Is this the snow one? Okay. Space. Yeah, I see y'all demonstrations, man. Either you're sitting in a dark environment and come on, doing demonstrations on a P1. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Your projector's 3,000 lumens and it sits less than a foot away from a screen. No. You need to take it outside. That's what you need to do. Take that gray screen outside, throw a star field on it, and do that demonstration at 13 feet back on 1,000 lumens. That's what you need to do. Because here's the thing. When I'm showing off black technology, I don't have to show off contrast. The screen's going to give you contrast regardless. It's black. What I got to show you is I got to show you bright skin tones. I got to show you white levels. I got to show you color. I got to show you snow. I got to show you colors that the screen is not supposed to be able to produce. Same thing when it comes to a gray screen. A gray screen should be showing you contrast levels with the lights on, not off. And it should be doing those demonstrations either inside or outside. Now, keep in mind, we developed a gray screen print called Black Silver. The Black Silver produced a dark, it produced the last demonstration for that one. It had to produce a, like I said, it had to produce the 13 feet back on 1,000 lumens outside, and it produced contrast. It produced a star field perfectly. And it also produced a Tron. We watched Tron outside at 190-degree viewing angle. That's what you should be doing on your gray screens. You see how bright those white levels are on that black screen? When you do your gray screens, we should be seeing contrast levels like the star field with the lights on. find a sandwich here. What am I doing that? I don't know somewhere. Oh yeah, I gave a challenge to the Crow Boys. A few of them came into my Crow's paint. I'm going to be checking the bottom of that video. Remember, you got 2 more days left. Remember, you're supposed to be doing a demonstration outside, 6 o'clock in the evening, 1,000 lumens on that gray screen paint Starfield demonstration. So I'm going to be checking back. There we go. Don't worry about my electric bill. My technology pays for it. God and my technology pays for my bills. Don't worry about what I run my electricity on. What you need to worry about is how you're going to calibrate that projector to get them colors to go right. Let me see if we got to go here.
It's just...
Keep in mind, it's interesting how they have their live feeds over there on Crow. I don't go over there and watch the demonstrations. I got too much to do in my day. I got technology I'm developing over here. I got contracts I'm working on. I don't got time for that. But you find it interesting that they're always in my channel watching my videos. Always in here watching. Now, either two things could be it. It could be jealous because they want the technology and they can't have it. Or it could be, bottom line is they're just, you're fascinated. Maybe they're stalking me. I don't know. But y'all more than welcome to come. And like I said, I have no problem with Crow Boys. I have some, as I said before, that are pretty cool. They're nice people that come in, they watch. You know, all Crow Boys are bad. Certain ones are, certain ones aren't. You know what I mean? I have no problem with them coming in and watching. Only learn to act like adults, that's all. But like I said, I put that document them out because keep in mind, if Crow is saying I'm this big scammer, then that means Black Diamond, being a fake company that they are, or are they not, but they're a legitimate company that has a lot of weight, basically found our technology and press up in 2015. We're in 2020, and the stuff we have now is way beyond the stuff we had in 2015. So that tells you right there. All right, so let's go over here and let's get, I'm gonna do that media one too, because I'm kind of curious about seeing that one right there. I'll clear that out. Let's see. And we're not even done the test on this technology yet. We still got to be outside at 1,000 lumens. It's going to go through the same thing the other ones went through. 12's already passed it. Yeah, this is not even done yet. We still got more testing to do. Let's see. Let me see, space, that was, oh yeah. Okay, space. All right, this is what I wanted. This is exactly what I wanted. Let me share what a black screen can do. We're gonna flex today. We're about to flex right now. Hey, documents don't lie, buddy. Sorry. Bye-bye. I know you're angry and upset. How can I be a liar? We're all watching this live at the same time. There's no way for me to do any magic or anything, so how am I lying? See how they're in denial? They're coming and calling me a liar. How am I a liar? This is live. You're all watching the same thing I'm watching right now. We're all in real time, but yet I'm a liar. That's jealousy, friend. When people come in and act like that, that's jealousy. Want me a little closer to the screen, maybe? There you go. Look how bright the reds are. Now, keep in mind that the 12 is supposed to be so dark that you can't even see the screen, but yet this is an extreme black, and this screen is actually blacker and darker than the 12. No calibrating the projector at all. Not needed. Right there. See how that screen in the background? I don't even know why these screens even bother doing OLED demonstrations. I don't know why any gray screen bothers doing an OLED demonstration. I mean, we can do it on black servers. Black servers are better than any gray screen out there. It's true. When you don't believe me, I'll do a demonstration next week on that with these same sample sheets. We already did it already. But like I said, this is what I'm showing you right here. You see how that background is black behind the seashell? If you project your screen, I don't care. If your screen doesn't have the capability to pick up contrast, this is how it's going to look behind that black. You're not picking up any of that contrast at all whatsoever. Only way you're going to be able to get a somewhat decent black level, you got to be in the dark. That's the only way you're going to do it. You can't be in the light. Too much light in the environment. Your screen will wash out. Oh, shit. Can't wait to do the outside demonstration. That's coming next. Yes. Look at the really have some fun. This is the light in here is okay, but this is not an ambient light rejection test. Ambient light rejection tests have to be done outside. Have to be done outside. since I don't have to be outside today because it is raining, I am going to do the black silver. I'm going to bring up that gray screen from the basement, the one we have on that 92 inch, and I'll show you how you're supposed to do a demonstration on a gray screen. Not showing a bunch of bright, pretty colors, because that's what the screen can do. You're supposed to show contrast levels on those screens. And we'll put them against these high-end screens, and hey, that Crow UV mix, we'll blend that screen too. Like I said, we got that screen we're developing for next year, that one that took the direct hit from sunlight. Yeah, that's going to be a monster when we get done with that thing. And what we're going to do with that screen when it reaches 100%, because right now it's only at 5% and took a direct hit from sunlight with no problem. Once we get it at 100%, I'm going to collect every single sample sheet that I can get my hands on and every form of screen paint, and we're going to do a demonstration outside at 12 o'clock on a sunny day versus that technology. I mean, it's Crow we'll be buying. Actually, I do have all your screen paints. Like I'm in the warehouse. I'm going to be buying whatever else new you make. It's going to go out there against the Sun Killer. We should call it the Sun Killer. That'd be a cool name for it too. Because what I got planned for next year in 2021 is going to be insane. I mean, some of the stuff we show you is you don't even see half the stuff that we work on. Half the stuff that I'm working on and I'm inventing on, that's far beyond this stuff right here. You're not gonna see that until 2021. So if this stuff ruffles your feathers, Crow Boys, wait till you see what's coming out in 2021. That's me dancing behind the camera. I like this music. I think I'm going to spray my 135-inch gamer screen with this because this would look amazing on the PS5. Alright, this is getting too easy. Want some brighter colors. I like that black in the background, the way it reflects off the color. Here's some lights on. Lights on, lights on, lights on, lights on. It's gonna make a difference. Because the background doesn't fade. Usually when screens are gray, you turn them off, right? And you turn them on, they look better with the lights out. You turn them on, they fade. Black screens don't do that. They look the same way. Black numbers don't fade. Oh, that looks amazing. Say what you want. That looks incredible. Ah! Today I'm gonna watch a movie on a new black screen. Just got my Amazon pantry stuff in. Yeah. watch me a movie off the screen tonight. I'm going to leave it up. I'm not going to take it down. I'm telling y'all, girl, boy, can call me all you want. My ideas, my technology, everything I have comes from God. This is why you're seeing me producing this on a black screen. That's not the end of it. Once we get that sun killer up and going, we got plans to do 178-inch 235.1 and 239.1 wallpaper screen. Because I will be actually leasing or buying that machinery that allows you to make that very micro thin wallpaper plexiglass. That means I can make any size wallpaper I want. So they're dealing with the same 100-inch, 100-inch, 100-inch. I can finally design any screen I want to do. Because I personally would love to have a 100-inch, or probably, I would love to have this in a wallpaper. You know, heavy, not that the screens aren't heavy and all, but you know how easy it would be actually to hang the screen if it was wallpaper? And I'm not going to tell you about the blueprint idea that we have for the wallpaper. Virtually, you're not going to have to use any tools or whatever to hang it. No form of sticky tape, nothing. It's something we're going to embed into the plastic to allow it to be to a wall. But that's for later on. The gaming screens that we're going to be working on for 2021, yeah, we're going to be getting to the field of building fixed frame screens and all that other cool stuff. And we can make it out of anything we want because we designed the coating that pretty much turns the screen into whatever we want. As if you're saying, this is an elite all white screen that all we had to do is coat it to turn into this. So I can make a screen out of recycled water bottles, melt it down, turn it into a sheet of plastic, and coat that technology out of recycled water bottles. Because it doesn't make a difference what the surface is, as long as it has this coating attached to it, it becomes this. So our costs for basically building and designing our structured screens are going to be tremendously cheap, which means we can make the prices more affordable so everybody can afford them. Yeah, that's nasty. That's nasty! And that's now. Oh, this paint right here? It's not available yet. Still under testing. Not available yet. I want to try to get it launched before the new console systems come out. But it's not available yet. Stream Black is not available yet. We still have an outside demonstration that has to be done. And I had the durability test, which means it has to be coated onto a fabric. And it has to be basically thrown in the washer, dryer, has to be stretched, all other cool stuff. See exactly how much wear and tear I can add to the screen to make the paint cracker peel. So that has to be done. But that's not available yet. Now the 12, which is now the little brother of this technology, because the 12 is dark, but this screen is actually blacker than the 12. Curious to see, this is the test container. This screen was actually painted on, so I do have a live demonstration of me painting this screen using this test container right here. I'll show you how dark the product is. I really gotta stop putting the top on here so tight. Hold on a minute. is how dark the tech is. It's one of the blackest paints we've ever developed that can produce colors like that. There's also a spray-on version of it too for front and rear that you can turn screens jet black and produce images right through them. We've had that technology for quite some time, but we actually decided to advance it a little bit more, make it better. Now, if you go back, what I'll do is in the link below, I'll put all the test demonstrations we've done. Everything from painting this screen, which we painted the screen using that one, from all the way up from the long throw. We do a distance throw at 800 lumens at 20 feet back. We did it at 15 feet back. We did 15 to 18 feet back on 900 lumens fully lit environment. We did Sony short throw and Sony ultra short throw, the Epson ultra short throw, NEC short throw. Then we did the Sony at 5600 lumens, Sony at 42 or 4300 lumens, the FH36 and the FH30. We did the 720p Chrissy LW400. Right now we're doing the LW400U404. Is it a 404? No, 420. We did the 420. We did the Sony VPL CS4 1000 lumen projector. These are all the projectors that were tested on the screen. Oh, I forgot the Panasonic. We did a Panasonic. I forgot the model number. I think it's the PA, whatever, PE, whatever. But that projector was 1500 lumens. We did that at 1080p too. That one was done at 18 feet. At 1500 lumens. It was 15 feet or 18 feet. Around that distance. So we've already tested on whatever projectors had to be tested on to see exactly where the screen would pretty much. Oh, I forgot. 2500 lumen Casio projector with a -16. We did it at 30 and actually in brightness. -1 in contrast. Eco mode 2 and 3 at 2500 lumens 720p XGA. Now this product is weatherproof, like all the others, so next demonstrations have to be done outside for ambient light rejection tests, all have to be done outside. We need to see exactly when the screen's going to activate, which means you won't see this demonstration. That demonstration basically has to take a camera out there and the screen has to sit up there between 8 o'clock in the morning until around 5 or 6 so we can see when that screen actually starts to activate. It may activate faster than a 12 because it's darker than a 12, so I don't know. And then I have to test it on what's the lowest amount of lumens I can use on it outside. But one of the tests it will have to pass is the 1000 lumen test. If it doesn't pass the 1000 lumen test, the screen gets scrapped. I don't market it, I don't sell it. It has to pass that final test. All the screen paints we develop have to pass the 1000 lumen 13 feet test. And if this one doesn't pass, then you'll never see it again. But it should have no problem because the gray screen did it. And I was kind of skeptical about that thing passing, but it did pass. It did it. So while we're chatting it up in here, let's go in the kitchen real quick. See, look, these are all the sample sheets that I have. And I got to call different companies on getting their samples so I can test my technology against their stuff. All right, so we're going to add a little shipping date update in this too. Also, too, these are some of the orders that are going to be getting ready to go out. If you place orders already, they're all going to be on their way out soon. Got to ready process your orders and get those labels stuck to the containers. Once that's all done, we'll get you ready and get you set up to be shipped out. Let me see what else we got. Oh yeah, for the customer who ordered the 3-quart kit, your LED lights will be here on Thursday. Anybody orders a 3-quart kit automatically gets free chasers. So this fellow went and ordered already, and I have to get ready to get his out the door. So let's have some fun here. I had enough of the black screen. I've done so much testing on this black technology. It's like, God, I don't want to do it anymore. That is a black silver. That is the first gray screen paint, or gray screen paint of that color we've ever developed. Usually, we develop the darker stuff. But the reason why that was developed is because, and keep in mind, we consider this to be the mid-level. So, as for elite screens, as their cinema gray, being their middle screens, we consider that to be the middle screens, the middle class. That screen would cost you around $89 a quart, because we consider it a middle level screen. So this is what we call our bottom dollar screen right there. So let me remove this and show you what the bottom dollar screen of our technology we developed. Because keep in mind, when I was developing the black technology, we had people who had gray screen paints out there that wouldn't do the test properly. They would do their demonstrations in dark environments, and they would sit there and go, oh, we're going to swap it out for 1,000 lumens, by the way, too, also. So they would do their demonstrations in dark environments. They wouldn't do tests against other high-performance screens next to another gray screen. They wouldn't do tests on contrast levels, and they kept doing these bright, bright images, and that was it. This is one of the technologies that passed the test of doing a demonstration outside on 1,000 lumens at 12 feet away at 6 o'clock in the evening. It passed that test. So I said, you know what? If you can't test your technology, then we'll design a gray screen paint and we'll do the test for you, which we did. If you're not going to do them, we'll do them. Let's see if we're close enough to nail these. We should be close enough to nail these. Let me adjust my projector. You can pull contrast. It's a gray screen. Impressive, isn't it? So since these gray screen paint mixes couldn't do their job correctly, we did it for you. And we charge $89. This is our bottom dollar technology. That's all we charge. It's $89 for a quart that would paint a screen size of 100-inch to 100 and sorry about that. So it'll do 100-inch to 1 quart at $89 will do a screen size of 100-inch to 120-inch. 2 quarts would only cost you I think it's, no, sorry, not 4, sorry about that, 147. And still not using 4K. See the black levels on that beetle? And any of my demonstrations, anybody who watches my demonstrations knows I always add something extra in there. That has nothing to do with the demonstration itself. Do it all the time. So I thought I'd throw the gray screen up here and show you that one. Now, does the screen have the ability to produce contrast levels like the black screens? No. It can't even come close to one of these screens. But as you can see, that those of you that are like the traditional gray screens, you're not going to lose contrast, you're not going to lose colors, your colors are not going to fade out. You don't have to calibrate your projector, none of that nonsense. Yeah, la-di-da. Easy. That's a dark star 9. So this for the $3,000 sample sheet against the screen paint. That is our bottom dollar screen paint versus a $3,000 screen. I told y'all couldn't do the gray screen. This is directed to the people who constantly want to come at us about our technology not being good enough. This is how you do a gray screen paint demonstration. Elite Screens, Gray Cinema 5D. See that right there? Sorry about that for a minute. Okay. Switch my camera back over. I'm going to show you something real quick. You see that right there? Those are all gray screens up there, right? You just watch my gray screen produce a contrast level higher than another gray screen. This is what we were asking Crow to do in his demonstrations when he made his screen paint mixes. That if you're going to test a gray screen out, you're not supposed to do it with a lot of bright, vivid colors. We can do bright, vivid colors. We can blend in the high-end screen. So I'm not going to take my screen by itself, show you a whole bunch of vivid colors and go, voila. No, I'm going to put my screen against some high-end certified projection screens, and then we'll do the demonstration to see which one of these screens perform the best screen. That's how it's supposed to be done. When it comes to contrast levels, our gray screens produce the highest contrast levels, being a gray screen, and we consider this to be a bottom level screen. And look at that, right next to the look right next to the contrast levels. Look at that. That's how you're supposed to do a demonstration. Anytime you do contrast levels on their screen paint, in the dark, constantly in the dark. Constantly sitting in the dark. I hate when people cut corners, I really do. And then you will get mad at somebody else because they do their homework and your screens are shortcoming. And that's not just him, that's any company out there that should be doing the demonstrations against other gray screens. Because I told you from the door, not just him, he's just following tradition of all these other screens of what they do. We don't follow tradition. You know what I mean? When people say, oh, you got to do it this way, do it that way. No, I'm not doing it that way. I'm doing it my way. That's how I do it. My way. My way is a harder way. It's a way that basically I demand more from my product. There you go, rest of my case. Gray screen that pulls a higher contrast level than another gray screen. That's what we asked for them to do. Because they want to ridicule my technology and go, oh, well, it's just that and the other. Yeah, but when I do my technology, my black technology, I don't test it on contrast levels. Only time I do contrast levels, that's when I'm going against another screen. But I'm not going to solely do contrast levels all the time because my screen is black. I got to show you white levels. Same thing like a gray screen. A gray screen should be showing you the contrast capabilities of the screen. And if you do any form of demonstration that involves any form of OLED, the backgrounds are jet black, which means the screen's going to come up gray. All right. So I say the same thing. I watched, okay, I'll show you the demonstration on here. I watched all the demonstration. I did the Dark Star 9 demonstration. You gotta be freaking kidding me. Are you kidding me on this one? Like, seriously? You got a white sheet of paper? Anything is going to be the white screen. Anything, literally. It's not really a challenge. You should be testing your gray screens against other gray screens. That's how you should be stacking it up. Boom, there you go. We got a gray screen that produces a higher red than these screens. You want to see how dark this screen is? This screen is actually really dark. You know why? It doesn't look this dark when you put it up there because it's reflecting too much white light. There's so much white light in this, it's not even funny. But you see how dark this is? Some of these screens should bounce. They should get some color off because they're all gray. Everything up here is gray. This is why I scratch my head. I do. Because they test their screens on white screens. That's the problem. Taking the easy way. That's why when I see these demonstrate, oh, this is ambient light rejection. No, it's not. It's not. It's not. It's not. It's not. It's not ambient light rejection. It should be ambient light control. That's what it should be. To tell you the truth, honestly, that's what it should be. Let's go to let me see. Let's go to a I had to get my food too. I forgot lunch meat and cheese in there, but it should be good. It should be good by the time I get done this. Might get a political commercial there. There we go. No, the brighter the screen is, the worse. And I'll tell you why. Because it means your screen has an off balance. So that's why I show the white levels first when I do my black screens. And you'll see the screens are producing high white levels. And then I switch it over to deep dark colors. Now, most people see that demonstration think for a fact that the white screens that are producing the higher white levels are going to be able to produce much better color levels, and it's not true. The color levels will fade out automatically. You have to have a black contrast level in the screens, and it has to be, it can't be too much. If it's too much, the screen comes out too dark. If it's too less, then the colors fade and they wash out, and your contrast levels become poor. So it has to be a balance in there somewhere. But you have to have black levels in there. Same thing when it comes to black technology. It has to be to pull white light. If not, the colors come out too dark and come out too dirty. So you have to find an equal balance in there. That's where it gets complicated. I'm doing pretty good. Joe Exotic. Why does that name sound familiar? Wait, is that Joe Exotic, the dude from the Tigers? Okay. Now I showed you how dark this particular screen was, right? I showed you this, right? Bring it close to you. When I first saw this the demonstration of this being done on YouTube, I'm thinking, wow, this is the darkest screen I've ever seen. Daylight usually doesn't make screens this dark. But I'm thinking, this is the dark. I thought the screen was totally black. When I saw in the demonstration, I thought the screen was black. But you see how dark it is? See how dark the surface is? You would think this would produce a very good contrast level, right? It can't. It produces too much white light. You have to have a balance. That's why this screen right here is gray. It's not black. This is a gray screen. All right? So, you would think this screen being this dark, right, would be this dark, would basically be able to produce a better contrast, right? No, because the balance level is off. It's producing too high a white level. Where the gray technology we develop is producing a white level and contrast level. A balance. And what was this again? Okay, it's turn down. Birthday, blah, blah, blah. Nope, ain't got time for that nonsense either. Goodbye, exotic. I'm not here to entertain y'all. Not on that level. Can't come here and ask proper questions. You come in here to act up. Bye-bye. So as you can see right there, these are the kind of demonstrations I was asking for. Anybody develops a gray screen paint. This is what I wanted to see. I wanted to see, we've done all those tests already. 4,000 lumens, we did better than 2,000. We've done all that already. I got tests already done on 1,000 lumens. You're late, buddy. Got to go back and backtrack. We've been doing tests all week long on this technology and other technology. You're late on that one. That's why some people come in and ask me questions about 4,000s. We're using 4,000 lumen projectors. You must be new, because anyone else who's seen my demonstrations knows that I use 1,000 lumen projectors. I use 800. I use 900 lumen projectors. So you must be new. You must not have seen any of the stuff that we do. Keep in mind that any of our screen paints, as I said before, or which one's better? It's up. As long as you keep in within specifications, you're good. If you go to the website, all the screen paint has specifications on it. They tell you how many lumens you can be used with it. I've used 1,000. Or you're not new? Then you should know this. All right, because I do quite a lot of demonstrations on that Sony. What's that projector at? The VP S4S or whatever I think that projector is. Oh, my beautiful. Sorry about that, people. See how these tests were done? I'm going to bring it up close. These are all the tests that were already done that you can go back and backtrack and check it out for yourself. We got all the way up to test 6. We got test 5. We got test 4. That was my ultra short throws, one of the high power projectors. Test 3 that was done. Test 3 was done on 3,600 lumens, 2,500 lumens. This one was actually done at a distance throw at 800 to 900 lumens. This one was done at extreme tests for 1080p high-end lumen projectors, which we did right there. We did a paint-on demonstration of the technology, which was already done. This one here, test 3, was done on 36 to 25 long distance. This one here was the test we first did when we actually showed the paint off, when it was developed within 30 minutes ago, and it was painted onto the surface, which is behind me, at a 116:9 official screen. We've already done 1,000 lumens already. That's what that test was. 800. You're asking for, this is what you're asking for. You're asking for to buy 4,000 or 2,000. Should I buy 4,000? If you're using this technology, just get a 2,000 lumen projector. You don't have to spend a lot of money. You really don't. I mean, I've done these, all these screen paints have to pass the 1,000 lumen test. So you're good at 2,000 lumens. You're good. You're good at 2,000 lumens. You're good. If you get it from eBay, make sure that you also, too, you might want to put a lamp in there. Check the lamp on there, too. Because any projectors I get from eBay, I always replace my lamps. Unless they're kick-arounds. Kick-arounds are usually projectors. I'm sorry, I didn't read your question correctly. I'm sorry. But kick-around projectors are usually projectors I just use for demonstrations. I never really care about the light burns out or not. And I'll just replace it later on. But, yeah, I would replace the lamp because you don't know how long the person's been running it. Unless you get it factory refurbished, it's going to come with a brand new lamp. Or if it's an open box. But I would definitely go with, oh, this is the one I had fun with. This is a white screen outside showing white screen versus black technology, blah, blah. We're not past all that. Let's see. Oh, all right. This is where I replaced, because my projector broke, and I replaced my projector used to have in a 4,000 lumen Christie using a projector of 1,000 lumens portable in here. But that's not on the big boy Christie. That's one I got upstairs. I'm going to be gaming today, so that's what we're definitely going to be at today. The paint on demonstration. That's not what I want. Wait. Now that's outside. Nope. Another paint on demonstration. We have done a ton of demonstration on painting fixed frame screens in. 235.1. That's the screen you're seeing right now. That's the white screen right now. That's black. Boom. That's my black screen now. Oh, when I had it, when I was showing it off, that's when it came in the door. That's the 135-inch outside. Another painted screen, another thick. built a fixed frame screen. I built 2 fixed frame screens on YouTube, showing you guys how to put these things together real quick. I used a $18 1999 800 lumen projector on my screen.
Okay, how we doing up there? First things first.
There it is right there. 800 lumens.
Using ambulance projection.
Paid $18 for that projector.
All right, breaking out the relics today, the old relics. So right now,
Let me get past. Even I admit it, so I talk a lot.
99 projector.
So that's my screen on a projector I paid $18 for on eBay. That's when I had the 135 in here. Now I had the 235.1. So that's 800 lumens. So 2,000 lumens, it's not going to have a problem on that screen. So it's not going to be a problem. You're going to be able to do that, no problem at all. This was 1,000 lumens right there. Yep. Trying to figure out where I put that at. Oh, Project Sun Killer. This one's coming soon. This is the screen that took the direct hit from sunlight. First time around, first hit, direct hit from sunlight outside the glass, outside the window. It took a direct hit. It's nowhere near 2% done. This is a raw element. This is what we're going to be coding onto our fixed frame screens, some custom motorized projection screens under a company. So if we got a screen paint that can take a direct hit from sunlight, right? Imagine what this is going to do inside the house.
Sunlight from the doors and windows and stuff like that, and so forth, walls. This is sitting right out in the open.
This is beyond ambient light projection technology. Way beyond. We're not even going to give it ambient light projection technology. We're going to make up our own form of ambient light abbreviation technology. We have that right. We have the only screen to produce an image outside in direct sunlight. You know the crazy part about it is? I'll show you the crazy part. Where's the projector? The projector is actually inside the house at 5 feet back, pushing an image through a piece of transparent technology that sunlight is pushing right through at the same time. Just to show you how powerful that stuff is. Now watch this. I'm going to go over and show you the other end of it. How much light is pushing through the window. That's how much light is pushing through that window right now. That projector isn't showing nothing on the other end. And that's a 4,000 lumen projector showing nothing as it hit that window.
Let's go outside and show you what we got.
Because that technology we developed can generate off light. Figured out a way how to use light as a way of gain technology. Nope, not even against the glass. You gotta, and that's at 1% done. That's the technology we're working on for next year for our own form of wallpaper screens and stuff like that. That's what that's going to be for. That's why I said that companies and everything want to talk trash. If you want, we could do a demonstration. I'll take all of y'all outside. We'll do it at 12 o'clock and see how many you actually will fade before that sun comes up. Our screen will be there at 12 o'clock in the afternoon, smiling at you. This is the screen right here. Now, this technology, the great technology, which was painted on a piece of cardboard. AVS, AV Pro. Let me ask you a question. You got anybody doing demonstrations on our level? You don't, do you? We're the only ones who have that technology.
And that's what I need. So I'm just going to pay the extra money. For that, where I extra money.
When I design my technology, these are my rules and what I design my technology under. As long as I can back it up 100%. So I can make my own rules. that old traditional projection screens, how y'all do things over, not saying your ABS forms, but ABS forms, that old traditional stuff, that stuff to me is old technology. How you have to have a projector back, sitting back, how far you have to have so much square light per room. I don't follow by y'all traditions. I don't have to, because my technology sits on a different level. I do things in my environment that usually, and I do my homework. I watch y'all demonstrations every day, and I never see anybody doing demonstrations at that level. Why'd I use old projectors then? Put it this way, if I can make an old projector look fantastic, then that means any new projector, it's going to look incredible. When I watch demonstrations of people using $4,000 and $5,000 projectors, that doesn't relate to most customers, because some customers can afford, or some customers don't want to buy a projector that expensive. Now, if I can make a projector that's a 720p, 1999 projector look incredible, then it means any high-end projector is going to look fantastic on my screen.
So I am definitely going to, I hate to say it, but it's just in my head.
You should be able to run any projector on your screen without a problem. But if you rewind the video, you can go back and check out how my gray screen blew out a $5,000 projection screen.
Like I said, since I have respiratory issues and I had to depend on these things to get through life.
So why not buy the recent? Why would I need it? That's the whole purpose of having a projection screen set up, is to have something that everybody can afford. That's the whole purpose of it all. People want to spend $4,000 or $5,000 for a projection screen, $3,000, $4,000 for a projector. For what? To sit in the dark? I've seen them demonstrations. They sit in the dark.
You will never see it if my videos come up pretty.
Let me see one demonstration of any of these companies out here taking a 1,000 lumen projector outside and doing a demonstration. They can't, because the screen can't pull up. Their ambient light projection tests are always done in an ambient light controlled environment with high power projectors that do all the work. My screens do all the work. That's why my customers have the freedom to go out and buy a projector without them costing an arm and a leg. And I've seen people in Facebook who've had amazing setups. And the minute they turn on the light, that screen gets that tannish look around it. The screen fades and washes out. You can only see the middle part of the screen. The only way they can show decent contrast levels or any form of decent color, they have to be in the dark. I don't have to go through that.
So I can make it so when I do live streams, and I want.
Check this out. That is that screen right there. See where that screen sits at? It sits at a bit of windows. I can watch a movie at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, or 4 o'clock in the evening, or 12 o'clock in the afternoon, with my screen surrounded in windows. You can't do that on your technology. You can't. I can do it. Check this out. This is our screens have to go through. Now, I've watched these high-end screens. Like I said, they will never be able to pass this demonstration. That is a Sony CVS, right? CS4. That is a 1,000 lumen projector. That is 600 by 800, 720p. You see how beautiful that image looks on that screen? It is around 6 o'clock in the evening, and that projector sits back at 13 feet at only 1,000 lumens. The projectors y'all use is a cakewalk. Heck, I can make a screen out of notebook paper and make one of those projectors look good. That's no challenge. I'll give you time. Always document everything I do. Here's my time right there. 6:54. Now, if I were to go out there and get one of them high-end projectors and do that demonstration, what would I be proving? I'd be in the same boat as everybody else, outside with these high-end, high-power projectors. Like, look how amazing my screen looks. No. Challenge. I need a challenge. All my screen paints have to pass the 1,000. And this is the gray screen paint. Gray, not black technology. This is the gray screen passing this demonstration. 13 feet. portable.
DPL CS4, which is 600 by 800.
Look at the color on that.
720p at 1,000 lumens. We just did the live version a few minutes ago.
Now, here's the thing. I can teach you something. You know why I don't consider the ambient light projection screens to be real ambient light projection? Because I watch those screens inside using less light than I use in my environments. So I automatically know from the door by looking at the environment that once I get those sample sheets here, yes, I have all of them here. Once I get them here, I know how they're going to react. When I design my technology, I find all the flaws in their technology and I build around that and I make my technology more advanced than what they have. That's why I can set their screens against my screens and every last one of them will wash out the color and everything and my screens will still maintain color and contrast. And when we do our ambient light projection tests, they're done outside. You know why? Because there's no windows, there's no doors, there's no roof, there's nothing to basically protect the screen at all. Nothing. Why do I go with a 1,000 lumen projector? Because I know for a fact at 13 feet back, that's 1,000 lumens is no longer going to be 1,000 lumens by the time it makes it to the screen. That means that screen's going to have to gather what little bit of lumens have pretty much made it from A to B and magnify that, produce color, produce contrast, produce a sharp image at 190 degree viewing angle, and be able to produce a beautiful image right back. I make my technology work. I don't make it easy. That's why it looks like that on a 1,000 lumen projector at 6 o'clock in the evening. See that? Look at the commercials on it. That's me watching Tron outside. Look at the black levels. It's a great technology, not black. And this, my friend, is our bottom dollar screen paint. This will cost our customers $89 to paint a screen size of 100 inch to 120 inch. When those screens that you have, your high-end screens, will cost customers $1,400, $5,000, $6,000. And then they'll tell you, oh, no, you can't use it on one of these projectors. You have to go out and buy an expensive projector. You're going to need 4K to get the maximum viewing. Yeah, whatever. I ain't paying that money for that crap. 80 inch, I need that. We have it on the website right now. 80 inch is $89. That's all you're going to pay. These are mid-level screens. Our mid-level screens are more powerful than these screens. And I just showed doing a Starfield demonstration of our screen blowing out a Paxil screen at $5,000. And that's a mid-level screen we have. Took out a top-end screen. There's a viewing angle right there, my friend. 190 degree viewing angle outside. Oh, no problem. You have a good one, Chief. You have a good one. That's the problem. These big companies want to charge all this money. And like I said, the man in between doesn't have the money to spend. So we even the playing field. That's all we did. I personally don't want to spend $5,000. I had a gripe over buying a silver. This is a silver ticket right there. I had a gripe buying a silver ticket at $540 because I had needed it for the 235.1. Didn't want to spend the money. See how the colors pop? Don't fade, don't wash out. This is what these big companies should be doing. They should be testing their stuff on these low-end projectors. Like I said, I've been to test facilities before, and in these test facilities, they will have high-powered projectors, and they get the most advanced, most high-power projector to display my stuff. For what? More impressive would be, like, okay, put it this way. When I go to, I went to a Starfield demonstration outside on a gray screen on 1,000 lumens. So that shows you the screen's ability to pull contrast at a gray level. This is a demonstration I asked Crow to do multiple times and he wouldn't do it. So we did it for him. Corner to corner. No fades on the edges or nothing, if you notice that. Has to be corner to corner. I'm gonna do that when I get a chance. I got to build that theater system. I'm gonna build a theater system for like $600, $500 to $600. I'm gonna build a theater system, speakers, the screen, the paint. I'm gonna add it all up. I'm gonna do it for like under 5 or 6. We're on that price one day. We're gonna keep it like that. It's just basically to show you where to shop and what you could buy, and how you can build yourself a nice little setup that's not gonna cost you an arm and a leg. Nobody wants to spend that kind of money. I really don't want to spend that kind of money. First minute when I go into these forum sites and I go and I check out their system, they go, well, this so and so and so. Then I show them pictures of my screens and my setup. And the first thing they ask is, how are you doing it with the lights on? This right here, side by side, is I think it's the Chrissy. I think I got a Chrissy projector and I got the gray screen side by side. So one screen is using 1,000 lumens and the other screen is using 4,000 lumens.
Okay, how are we doing out there?
Let me see if I got it right. Yep, that's 1,000 lumen projector right there. That's when I had the 135 in here, but that's now on the deck right now.
Doing some demonstrations on the new screen paint we're going to be launching on.
Let me see if I can show up the projectors, which ones I'm using. I think that's when I had the Chrissy in there.
By Sony, DPL, SDGA, and this right here, so that's the projector right there. Sony DPL CS4. This is an SDGA projector, 600 by 800 res at 1,000 lumens. Now, on this one, we're using
1,000 lumens here.
4,000 lumen
4,000 lumen Chrissy.
720p.
So it's a 4,000 lumen Chrissy versus a 1,000 lumen projector. 1,000 lumen, 4,000 lumens.
That silver,
To show you how high the gain is on our technology.
right? It can be.
I know I talk a lot. Even in my own videos, good God, I talk a lot.
Right there. Running right now. Side by side. One is producing 1,000 lumens here.
That shows you how powerful the gain is on the technology we develop. So it's 1,000 lumens versus a 4,000 lumen projector.
The reason why we developed this technology is, first of all, it's supposed to be designed for rear projection only. When coding this on a front projection,
They don't do any demonstrations like that. Like I said, these screens I see out here in the market, they don't do demonstrations like that. I wonder if I had the 180 inch. I had a 180 inch black screen outside. I had to get rid of that because I had things out there in the yard that were coming out at night. And trust me, that screen, I had to get rid of that screen. There were things that were out there at night. One of these days, I got cameras outside right now, but I'm gonna put my night vision cameras out there. Oh, you got to see the kind of stuff, man. It shows up at nighttime, man. It comes through my freaking driveway. Like, God forbid, if you're coming out of the driveway and you catch one of those things jump up on you. I got a fox that'll come to my front porch and eat.
okay, how are we doing out there? First things first, when I just got to really clear up the screen.
These are 720p projectors.
Using analytic projection technology.
None of these projectors I'm using in this environment are 1080p. They're all 720p projectors being used.
Pre-recording. Now, pre-recording actually.
These are all 720p projectors being used. That's with the lights off.
Glass, and yes,
That's with the lights on.
If you spray it on plexiglass, it becomes rear projection.
These are all.
If you spray it on a front screen, it becomes a kind of to 1,000 lumens on a projector.
720p projector. And that projector cost me $139 used.
Fantastic. Now, as you're looking at this
That projector, so those Chrissy projectors, they're outdated. Those projectors, they started making those projectors, I think, in 2012 or 2014. They're outdated projectors. They're old.
Chrissy, right there. Chrissy LW400, which is a 720p projector.
Not even 4K. Not even 1080p. 720p projector. Check this out.
Okay, how we doing up there? First things first.
Go with my camera stand.
Push the code in just a bit.
See that display I got?
So we could,
Looks like a real window there. See the top of see the ceiling? The ceiling is coated with our technology. That's coated with black technology right there. I can project, if I want, I can take my projector and I can watch movies off my ceiling while the lights are on.
No difference in it, right? They both look the same, right? All right.
Did I do a I think I did a few demonstrations. That's the whatchamacallit we did right there. Let's see if I did the one with the ceiling. I did the ceiling a few times.
So I'll show you what was changed.
Yeah, because I wanted to do a screen on my ceiling, so I painted it in. It took me 3 quarts to paint that ceiling in. Yeah, that's the ceiling.
Okay, people. I can't be like projection screen paint. There's also
That's right now I have a projection screen over top of my head.
Using my short throw crispy. So over here I have a short throw projector, and you see that projects on the ceiling. And then over here I got a short
I think I'm gonna bring my other
throw
projector downstairs and get my projector back on my ceiling again. I like doing that demonstration. I love doing the ceiling projections.
Fast update, because right now I am barely standing.
Yeah, I was tired that day, boy. I did nothing but orders all week long. I was freaking beat. I was beat. Yeah, painted a screen on my ceiling because I was bored. It'd be nice to put a screen up there.
Looks absolutely incredible, and that's the neon lights coming off.
I might put that back up. I think I'm gonna bring my projector back downstairs and do my ceiling projection because my ceiling projection is. Look at that. It was crazy. See how that looks? That's black technology coded to a ceiling being hit with a projector. That's when I got half of it done. See how it's flected off the walls, the white part? That's when it's designed to absorb all that white light. Nothing's in the corners. In the corners, there's no light pushing off in the corners. Oh yeah, I'm gonna definitely bring my projector downstairs. I'm definitely doing that. I'm bringing it down today. I can get it right now. Shoot. Yeah, because I forgot about that, man. I had this illustrated art that I had that made the ceiling look like it was crazy, like it was moving. Oh my goodness, it's beautiful to look at. And I'm thinking like, that's better than the projectors. Something better than the little projectors I bought. But yeah, I'm going to go back and put this in today. I'll probably do a demonstration tonight off this one.
Looks absolutely incredible.
Yeah, I'm definitely. So check this out real quick. This is the stand I built. I built the stand to fit that projector so I can project images on the ceiling. So this sucker fits in here like this. That's the stand I built. So it allows me to get to the power button, everything from there. Has the one stand from there. Has a nice little gap at the bottom I can put all my stuff in. Yeah, I'm gonna do a demonstration of that tonight. Just with the LED lights in here. And with that setup, and I'm gonna take those lights, I'm sticking them in there so I can light the whole ceiling up, finish that off. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. I wonder, what do I want to hook up to it to tell you the truth? Yeah, I'm hoping that'll work. Yeah, watch the video, find wonders else someplace else. Just where you go? You just here a couple minutes ago. You just took off. Now, you understand, that thing looks incredible at night. And I kind of forgot about that because I swapped it out for the projectors. I think I should have kept it in there, man, because that thing looks, man, when I did the Matrix and stuff, you can see the stars coming down in 3D. Oh, yeah, I'm going to definitely swap that out right there. I'm definitely going to swap that out. Sorry about that, man. I just got, man, after seeing that, I forgot how incredible that looked. So I'm going to swap this out. I'll do a demonstration on this later on tonight. Yeah, I'll do a demonstration on that later on tonight because, man, I forgot about that part. definitely have to do that tonight. That freaking cloud scene was crazy. I had one where the clouds opened up and a face came through, was rocking back and forth. The one they had at the Vegas casino.
Ambient light projection.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be doing it. All right, I'm going to cut it short here. I'm going to go set my projector up for my ceiling. And then maybe I'll be on later on today to show that one off. But I got to get it out real quick. Thank you all for the time for coming in and watching the demonstration. That got me triggered. So now I got to set that up today because I got to see this. I mean, I missed it because before I got rid of it because I just like the projectors in here. But no, I got to have that back. I got, especially with all this in here, you got to get that set up. All right, thank you all. I got to go and God bless.